I really wanted to try to do this before I left for India. Before I leave for India, I guess. I haven't left yet. But I've been so short on time and so busy, and I guess we'll just walk through this little area to the right of my front gate first, and then we'll see how far we get with the time that I have right now, because I'm about to go to a plant sale. Oh, it's so loud out here. It's one of the reasons I had to have the fence put in. So we have some beautiful iris right here. I don't know which one this is. Yesterday we accidentally broke off a chunk of the bloom, but that's okay. I think there's enough. Actually, you know what? There's enough. It's one of the purple ones. See? You can see the dark petals. My old hostas that I divided, well, these ones have been here for a couple of years. They need dividing, but I haven't had time to do it. Typical. Let's see. There's so much stuff in one of these little beds. This is old snapdragons. This is definitely a red one because it's got the dark foliage. These are old salvias from last year. I'm glad this one came back. I had 3 and only 2 of them came back, so I don't know which one this is going to be. I think I had a blue one, a pink one, and one of the hot lips salvia. So we'll find out together, I guess. This is the Geum. Oh my gosh, so I really like it. I put it, okay, the tag said full sun, you can tell. So I moved it here because I put it in a full sun location and it was so pissed off. It's got all this like sad, you know, folded up leaves here because it doesn't want to do that. So Geum is definitely not full sun. It is partial shade, and that's why it's here. Oh, let me take off this thing. And you definitely, if you deadhead it, you get better flowers. So that's nice. And it's here, this is partial shade because we're currently facing east, and there's the house and the camellia, so it just shades out the plant when it's hottest and it needs some of that cover from the sun. This is this amazing, oh my gosh, so good. Lupin, new lupin this year. I need to stop collecting lupins, but you know, they're so beautiful, I can't stop myself. More snaps. I have lots of snapdragons just kind of all over the place. I think this is a box, and the only reason it's here is because everything here dies in the winter except for the camellia in the box. So it just gives me something to look at when it's super, super sad. Like you can see, imagine how sad this is in the winter. Literally everything dies back. There's nothing here. Even the azalea, which also dies back. So it's a deciduous azalea. It's got this really open form. I'm really into this form of azalea. I think this is Mandarin Lights. Really, really gorgeous. But because it's deciduous, you really don't get anything. No winter interest whatsoever. These are my big old lilies. These are old time lilies that have probably been here for 10 years. And I'm pretty sure it's the Casablancas. There's some hellebores in the back. They're in the back because, again, when it's really, really late winter, sometime right in like very early spring, those are the only things alive too, along with this guy. I've got oregano freaking everywhere. It's ridiculous. So absurd. I have so much oregano, I don't know what to do. Over here I've got some hydrangeas that are waiting to be planted, but I didn't have time to plant them before I left, so they're just sitting here. This is my plant holding area, so anytime that I have, you can see another little one right there. Anytime that I have plants that need to be sort of held until it can be planted, I hold it here. The columbine. The columbine is so pretty. I don't remember who I got this from. Probably a garden trade or something, because that's how I get all of my columbine, by trading with people. I save the seeds and then I trade them with people, and then I get new types of columbine. It's so good. These are definitely foxglove because now I can see the structure. of the flower spike. So it looked so weird because it was all flat for a while, and I wasn't sure if it was borage or foxglove because they kind of look similar, but I guess, yeah, these leaves are smoother and they don't have as much sort of ridging on them, but you know, I've got this daylily. Honestly, it's just a space filler. It doesn't look particularly amazing when it blooms. I'm kind of over them, but maybe I'll get this little grove to fill in a little bit more because these are biennials. So you have to, last year the plant was here, it was probably 1/10 the size, and it didn't have any blooms. So you have to wait 2 years in order to get blooms. This is just a little bit of color, especially when there's not so much blooms. I mean, soon there'll be blooms here. I have no idea what color these are, so I'm super excited for that. But I put in, this is a pot that just lives here year over year. There's some of that really bright lemon lime sedum, and then some other sedum in here. And then I just put in the petunias this year. I also have a really sad Sweet Williams back there, but I don't think I like short Sweet Williams. I want big boy dianthus. So I put in this little rose here. I had an azalea here and it hated it. It's right next to the gate, so every time the gate opens it would get like smacked by the gate, and I think it gets shaded out a little bit, but it was super pissed and it just looks like garbage. So I moved it to the Japanese garden, and then I left this guy here, and it's just so, it's doing pretty well, so pretty. This is Kiss Me Kate, and I'm really hoping that it's going to take off. And again, I just have that dream of these big arbors, you know. Look at this big arbor. I want it to be covered. Lots more lilies. These lilies were here before the fruit trees, so I'm not going to move them. They are so established. They are so big. They are so chunky. Look at how freaking chunky these are. And they multiply, so you can see the new ones. There's something that's been on these eating stuff. You can see the frass from them eating, so I gotta go find that when I get back, I guess. Whatever's been eating these, and kill them off. It's probably like a snail or something. These are, again, Casablancas. They're all just multiplying, producing more. They've been here for so long. They get super, super tall, so they'll just have to keep up with the tree. All these branches are from the Italian plum, and it's pretty small. Like you can see, it's smaller than the lilies, but it's doing pretty well. I didn't get any fruit from it last year. I didn't know, but apparently Italian plums don't really fruit until their wood is about 5 years old. So I'm not even sure I'm gonna get anything this year. I think it's its 4th year, so I might not get anything for another year, at least not reliably. But it's got all these shoots, and it has set fruit, so you can see the fruit is set, but I don't know, it might just abort them. That's what happened last year. The fruit was set, and then the tree was like, nah, I'm not doing that, and then it just abandoned them all. Oh my gosh, the trucks are so loud. I live on a big road now, so there's lots and lots of trucks. Look at this pink columbine. Oh my god. Looking like, I love this one. It looks like, I don't know why, but it reminds me of marshmallows and like confectionery. Very sweet. More iris. I transplanted a bajillion iris here in an effort to save them from all the construction. I just had to shove things wherever. But you can see these are also blue. I had to leave my iris in little 1-gallon containers for a really long time. So I'm glad that they're starting to bloom again. They didn't bloom for like 3 years while they recovered from that transplanting because it was a really rough one. California poppies, definitely gonna bloom while I'm out, but I don't feel sad about missing this one because these guys literally bloom all of the time, and it's okay. Sorry, I'm just weeding some stuff while I'm here. This is my succulent pot. I mean, I call it that, but it's really just a pot of stuff that I don't take care of whatsoever. And they manage to live without me watering, so it's pretty good. More hostas back here, and a gigantic hellebore. So good. There's a big hydrangea back here, and my artichoke, which I don't think it likes where it is. It lives, but it literally produces only two spears every year. Only 2. Oh my gosh, you can see like the slug damage, right? It's crazy. They're so aggressive. Or snail. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And then this is the new hydrangea tree. It's so good. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited. This is Limelight. I really, really wanted a vanilla strawberry tree, but it was so expensive. It was literally twice the price of Limelight, and I just couldn't bring myself to pay for that much for a tree. It was like $300. This one is so when I planted it, like I screwed up and I planted the front this way because you can see like there's a clear lean to the tree, but they'll fix themselves. It'll be fine. They'll all go back the other way soon, I hope. But it's very beautiful. It's also, I don't know, it's really fragrant, or something around here is fragrant. I'm not sure what it is, but I smell it and it smells nice. But this is the hydrangea tree, and it's gonna have these big, beautiful, cone-shaped, oh my gosh, what are they called? I can't remember. Like the flower heads, you know, it's not a ball mop head, it's one of the cone-shaped ones. More hydrangea. This hydrangea is just a standard blue Macrophylla. Anyway, I wanted to show you the asparagus, right? So big asparagus. Also, it's a female asparagus, so it blooms, and I think that's why it doesn't make so many spears, because it actually sets fruit. Not that the fruits do anything, but it blooms, and if you manage to get a male one, they don't do that. So I may just take this out of here, because you see this one spear, and there's the second spear right there. And then literally I'll get, well, I guess this year I got like 2 tiny weird ones, but it's been years and it just, I don't know. It looks the same. It looks sad. So I'm uncertain of its future right there. I would rather plant it in a new spot where it's gonna have a better life and be happier. Okay, we'll just keep walking while we have the time. So now we're heading toward the other side of the entryway, and the other side has a lot of plants too. This is my favorite thing about my entryway right now. It's just spectacular. It's so beautiful. I can't believe I did such a good job. It's really, really nice. It's some kind of willow thing, and if you prune it way back here, so I would cut all of this back, right, really, really tight to the tree. Then next year it'll flush out. When it flushes out, you get these white feather-like structures. Some of them are getting a little bit burnt because the sun has been so intense. But I mean, just look at it. It's incredible. It's so beautiful, and it's super healthy. It's got aphids on it. Everything has aphids on it. Not much I can do except for spray them down occasionally. And you can see I get pretty big trucks on this road now. More aphids on this. This is an aphid magnet. It's honeysuckle. It's really pretty though, because, and I'm really glad that it's blooming and happy. I think it's very pretty, but it's been so unhappy. It's been here for almost 5 years, and this is the first time it's actually grown more than like 2 feet tall. Turns out, if you have a climber, you have to give it something to climb for them to be happy. They don't like being on the ground. More lilies. These ones are a little more shaded, so they're not doing as well. but they're still beautiful. I love having lilies everywhere. This is a really disgusting, dirty pine tree. I love the way it looks, but oh my gosh, the pollen is just vile. So much. Azalea on its way out. Probably will be completely out by the time I get back. I love the color of this. It blooms very, very early, and I feel like in that April window, you know, February through April is a rough time because I'm coming out of winter and I'm sad and I want color, and so just having these bits of color are amazing. This is my very old maple and it is so big. I started pruning it clearly inadequately because it's just crazy. I'm gonna do some more aggressive pruning this year to try to get it a little more of an open form. It's really, really tight right now, but it's amazing, and it's in full sun and it does incredible. Underfoot, there's all these little steppy times, and you can see I've got California poppies coming in pretty much everywhere. I just let them go wild, go to seed. And then I don't know why these are so late, but I want to say those are maybe gladiolus that's coming in. They look like glads, but they're a little young to have a 100% positive ID. I can't remember what this is called. Clearly needs to be deadheaded. They'll probably do better if I deadhead them because they'll probably make more blooms, but ain't nobody got time for that, so that's where we're at. More snaps. These are really pretty. I've been really into this kind of creamy color. Tricolor sage. I really hope this is going to bush out a little bit, but it's very slow growing because it has so much variegation that it can barely get enough chlorophyll to live, I think. Here's my boxwood. So this has a hole in the middle because I accidentally dropped something on it, and I do that pretty often in the garden. Whoops. Look at this peony. It's so good, and you can see all of its like gross sap that it's secreting. Disgusting. This is the first time that I've staked up my peony, and they look so good. Also, they're so tall. I had no idea that they got this tall because mine always was flopping on the ground because I never bothered to stake them up. So, whoops. I guess if you stake them, they'll actually grow for you. Who knew? More box. All this is box was along the driveway. And I had to move them because I put in the fence. And so in early spring this year, March, I just had to like literally last minute, oh no, they're in the way of the fence, drag them over here. But they're so happy. They're doing well. More tricolor sage. Oh, if I could, I would have a border of this, but it just, it's so slow. It's so slow. It's so beautiful. I really love it, but I don't love the speed at which it grows. There's more lupin. This one is I think it's a peachy one. I'm really trying to develop a bunch of lupin. I think I've read that lupin, if you leave it to naturalize, they will revert back to blue, or they favor the blue genetics is the dominant color. But I'm gonna just keep putting in varieties with weird colors and hopefully it'll work out. This one has been long done. This was the very first blooming rhodie. I think it's an azalea, sorry. It is one of the deciduous ones. So it's here. It made these beautiful pink, light pink flowers, but it's done. It's ready for its, rest of the year show. And so it's just got this bronzy leaves now, and it's just doing its leafing out, and the blooms will fall off and we're done for the season. These guys are crazy. Let me step back so you can see, right? So I think I had literally one plug of this 10 years ago or I don't know, maybe it's like 6 years ago. These have multiplied like crazy. I dug out half of it and I threw it in a different corner of the garden. And they are everything lived. So these guys do need to be deadheaded, and they get spent really fast. So like this right here is done, right? So you just literally just cut them off. Thankfully they don't seem to spread super well by seed. They probably do, but it's pretty dense out here. So this is just what I do. I just come through and just yoink their heads. And oops, I think I might pull this plant out accidentally. It's okay. I can afford to lose some. I'm gonna cut this back because this is too much, you know. I don't need this much of it. So I'm gonna cut out some of it. Here's the sad salvia now that's trying to leaf out, and then it's just completely covered by this freaking monster. It's Centaurea, I think is what it's called. Perennial Centaurea, and or Centaurea, I don't know. Very pretty. I like the blue better anyway, so when I get back I'm gonna cut this back to here so that the salvia has a chance to live, because I mean there's no way this thing's just gonna fill up every inch that it can. Look at this, it goes all the way to the edge, and then, you know, it's everywhere. This is wild onion. Certainly not planted by me. Oh, there's a little bee friend. Look at bee friend. Oh, he's a fuzzy honeybee. Oh, it's so cute. I think it's cold. It's a pretty cold day today. So I think that she's just resting a little bit. More daylilies. I have forgotten what these ones in the back are. They're the same, I think. Maybe. Again, forgot. Don't know. Big pink, like spikes that come up, balls of pink flowers. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I'll try to look it up. Trying to like document this for myself, and then I can't even freaking remember what these things are. This was a black tulip. It's on its way out. It was definitely very much planted by the squirrels. Okay, very loud ass bikers right there. These are grape hyacinths. They're out too. They're super early spring as well, so you know, but I leave the foliage so that they can multiply and get bigger. These are my peonies. More peonies. These were planted last year, so they had 1 twig last year, and now they have like 3 twigs, or actually no, it only has 2 twigs, but next year it will have 3 and probably a bloom for me, which would be amazing. This is my combination cherry, big combination cherry. I've got a couple of fruit. I've been waiting for the tree to select its fruit, just like the ones in the back. Although it's starting to, you can see it's starting to have a couple of big fruit now, so you can differentiate between the fruit that it's like developing and the fruit that it's probably gonna kill off, the little ones. It's a combination, so I have to be really careful with pruning to make sure that it doesn't, they don't kill each other and one doesn't completely overshadow the others. This poor iris, it's doing really, really well. It's in a full sun spot, so it loves this spot, and it's got blooms, so no problem there. But the leaves are really raggedy because when the fence was being built, all these just got all sorts of trampled on. Let's see, we've got on the fence, so I really want to cover this entire fence with clematis, all sorts of clematis. So you can see there's a white one and a pink one, and that one's a purple one. So I'm gonna have a bunch of different clematis. I'll probably wait until, you know, maybe in a month they'll be a little fuller and they'll have more blooms, because there's only like 1 bloom per plant right now, if at all. So they're like pretty done, you know, they're not ready to be viewed, really. More lilies, more daylilies, more oregano. Oh, so this, oh no, I see a grass seed head. No, we gotta take that out. Can't do that. Let me go deal with that real quick first. So can't leave grass seed heads because they will make all sorts of terrible grass later. Definitely not useful. So this here is a bee balm. It's a red bee balm, super beautiful, but I goofed because when the fence was being built, the iris was super close to the fence, and I, in an emergency, just plopped it back. And so when I did that, I transplanted it literally directly on top of this poor thing, on top of the bee balm. So you can see the bee balm is right there, and then freaking this got here, and so all of the oregano also came, and it's just struggling because it's, you know, it got so disturbed. But I think it'll be okay. Bee balm is pretty strong. They'll come back. I'll probably need to do some sorting out of those guys in a bit too. Okay. Here are some dahlias that I got last year from the plant exchange, and I put in this new Asiatic lily, Asiatic poppy this year, and hopefully it will bloom this year. Poppies are pretty reliable generally, in my opinion. So yeah, they're kind of, you know, Asiatic poppies have these like weird hairy leaves, so I don't love the leaves, but the flowers are spectacular. More irises. It is iris season. They will be blooming when I come back. I hope it doesn't dump rain, because irises can get really, really affected by rain if it arrives right when they bloom. So I'm really hoping that we're gonna have a nice dry week so I can have beautiful irises everywhere. This is my little Christmas tree. It's getting a little lopsided. I'm gonna have to prune it up. It's just this side that got, I don't know, it got a little bumpity bump, but it's okay. I really like it. It's got a little bit of crown dieback too, which I will have to deal with later. Anemone that I planted this year, very tiny. Unsure if I'll get any blooms. That's okay. More wild onion. I've got this wild onion stuff everywhere. And I definitely didn't plant it because if I were to plant alliums, why would anyone plant white alliums? Like, it doesn't even make sense. And these are not the pretty allium blooms, like the bulb ones, the globular ones. So yeah, just weird. There in the way back are my, that's a Dark Lord rhodie. Amazing rhodie, highly recommend. Just look at that color. It's just this really rich burgundy color. Beautiful. I love it so much. More old-time lilies, definitely Casablancas. I can tell because they're just so big and chunky. And actually, here's a good spot to see the difference between the old-time lilies, how thick they are, and then the newer lilies, which are just a little bit younger and they're weaker. They don't have that same thick stem. Both amazing though. More peonies. This one is also in its second year. It was less disturbed when the fence was being built, so it's doing a little bit better job, but still no blooms this year. I would expect no blooms on any peonies until its third year, so they are a long-term investment only. I've got a tiny little some type of hebe or box and a Unimus back here. The Unimus is just demolished by the bunnies, so unlikely for them to get any bigger, but I guess if it lives, it lives. I don't have time to fight with them. There are all sorts of California poppies back there. This is, you know, in order to do maintenance on the yard, I walk back through here, kind of wade through all of these lilies. So if they fill up that space and I step on them, I don't feel terribly bad about it, is all I'm saying. This is my early spring flowering bushes, these two here. So in very early spring, when none of this is here, this is all leafless, right? Those two are my only two little saviors. So that is Forsythia with a quince attached to it. So funny, it was in the pot. And it's a very Vietnamese thing to do. And the person who sold me the box or for the Forsythia was Vietnamese, so They definitely planned that. And then this is the flowering currant, and the currant is, you know, it's pretty chunky now. I really like it. I think it's got a great form, beautiful leaves. It's got this red stem with bright green leaves, so I really enjoy it. And then back here we've got rhodies. I forgot what most of these are because these are really old. They've been here for a really long time. This is probably some sort of flowering sunflower, or maybe a coneflower, something like that back here. I can't ID it until I've got the plant flowering, because it's been so long that I just completely forgot what these are. Daylilies, I can't identify the daylilies either anymore. And then there's something back here I also am unable to identify. But this, oh, I'm too zoomed in. This is a flowering, or a perennial sunflower. I don't know if it's a sunchoke, again, because I did a bad job labeling anything when I was a baby gardener, so we shall find out later. And then because I'm right next to the road, this is the closest point to the road on this side, I get a lot of weeds that come in. So when the sunflower is gone, and this is a new snowbell clematis that I planted this year, so it came with all these blooms. It did not produce blooms natively in this spot, and it's about done now. It's an early flowering one, but there's all these weeds that blow in, so I'm gonna put in, I don't know, something evergreen here to try to help block the weeds, because I mean, look at the crazy weed pressure that I get. And I weed this area, but it's full of crap. And then more of the onions are over here too. But look at this lupin, doing so good. Gorgeous lupin. I also have some perennial blue lupin, which are barely even visible right now, with all this stuff and all these weeds in here. This is a hydrangea that one of my neighbors nearby was selling for like $10, maybe $5. I don't even remember. They said they kept it in a pot all last year, and it was really sad. It was about the size of this one, and it just didn't have the nutrients, and it didn't have the space and the light to bush out. And I can't believe how big it is. I'm a little scared because I don't know what variety it is. They didn't have a tag or anything, and I just put it in the ground and gave it a bunch of water, and oh my god, like, look at, right? I don't know. I might need to move this because this is literally just crazy. It's pink right now. It's got this kind of blush pink, but I can already tell that it's going to change color, because it was pinker and then it's starting to change. All my soil is super acidic, so I would be really surprised if this thing can stay pink with all this. Look at my wood chips, right? Like, they're not going to be able to stay here. And then I've got a million like of these little seedlings. Well, this right here is the California poppy when it's tiny, but I don't know what these are. I don't recognize them. I want to say it's datura, because it's got these purple backs. I'm gonna have to look it up. Maybe I can transplant it and give it away. I mean, this is crazy. But the datura was here last summer, and it is crazy. Like, I have so many starts. So if it is datura, I'm gonna pot it up in a couple weeks and give it away, because I got it as a gift from somebody, and I try to give things away when I can. This is one of the new dark hydrangeas. It was in a different spot last year, and it really did not like its spot, so I'm hoping that it'll be happier here. Maybe it'll do what this one did over here. The hydrangeas seem to like this spot here, so I'm gonna do my best to keep them here. And then again, more Centaurea. You know, I don't think I'm gonna keep these here. I think I'm gonna move these because I have so much of it. I'm gonna transplant it to the other side of the fence, where I really need something hardy to hold on to the soil there, so I don't lose all of it due to erosion. But it's just here for now because it was here before. New rhodies, trying to hold on to the soil in this sort of tough area to grow in. If I look up, this is behind my blueberries, but it's really, really close to the fence. And I'm trying to keep some rhodies here because they'll be evergreen, and I want something evergreen to look at when the blueberries are not leafing. So right now they have leaves and they look great, but in the winter there's going to be nothing here and it's just a barren fence. This is an azalea, beautiful azalea. It's got really tiny flowers, so I guess it's not super showy, but it smells really good. I think it's called Fragrant Star, and I just really like open form azaleas like this, you know, when they have the stupid I think the branches look ridiculous, but I'm happy that it's here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop now because I'm tired, and to recap, we just went through this way, and this way, and then we've still got all of this. I did all of this. Can you believe this? This was just lawn. No fence, open lawn, nothing, earlier, like 3 months ago. So there's been a lot of work out here. Yeah. These beds didn't even have wood chips as of yesterday, but I put in a bunch of wood chips because I'm about to leave and I need them to hold on to their soil water as much as possible. So I'm just gonna walk real quick through this, but I'm not going to talk about them. I'll do that whenever I get back from this plant sale that I'm going to. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. I'll walk through real quick. I'll do that for the next video too, but I wanted to get like a really detailed description. This is the Japanese garden over here that we'll take a look at later too. But now we're back to the entryway, and I keep these pots everywhere because I'm moving dirt and transplanting and all that stuff. But this is amazing, and I'm really, really happy with the way that this has turned out. This azalea is going to get twice as tall someday in the future, and I am looking forward to the day when it is bigger. Bye.